Wise hold their trump card for the decisive moment. In a debate, some people, eager to prove themselves, unleash all their arguments in the first few minutes. They believe the more they say, the more they prove their intelligence. In reality, the earlier they reveal everything, the easier it is for the opponent to find ways to counter. In contrast, those who understand timing remain silent, listen to every point made, and then deliver one short, sharp statement that silences the entire room. That is the power of wisdom used at the right moment. You must understand that every piece of information, every action, has its own market value, and that value shifts with timing. A word of encouragement before someone begins a project can be a spark of motivation. Said too early when they are not yet committed, it passes like the wind. A warning about risk, given at the right time, can help them avoid harm. Said before they see any sign of danger, it will be dismissed as pessimism. Choosing the right time also means choosing the right way. Sometimes the ideal moment is not when you are in the spotlight, but when you and the listener share a private, pressure-free space. Sometimes showing wisdom is not through direct advice, but through an open-ended question that prompts self-realization. And sometimes the wisest thing you can do is to remain completely silent. Those driven by impulse believe if you know, you must speak. Or if there's a chance, act immediately. True wisdom knows that opportunities are not always ripe. A green fruit picked too soon will be bitter. A plan executed before conditions are ready will fail. A word spoken in the heat of emotion will turn into a weapon against yourself. Train yourself to check 3 times before acting. First, is this truly necessary? Second, is this the best moment to do it? Third, is this the optimal way to proceed? If all 3 answers are clear, move forward. If even one is uncertain, back. Reject the instinct's urge to do it now and let reason take command. History offers countless examples of people who succeeded because they mastered timing. A military strategist might wait an entire week until the enemy is exhausted before launching a counter. An investor might watch the market rise and fall for months before putting capital in at the exact bottom. A leader might remain silent in tense meetings, then speak a single sentence that ends all dispute. They share one trait. They are driven not by the urge to display themselves, but by the desire to achieve results. Choosing the right moment is also about respecting your own time and energy. You cannot throw yourself into every battle, nor react to every provocation. You must know which battles are worth fighting and which is best ignored. The intelligent know they don't have to prove they are right every time. Sometimes letting others believe a falsehood is the quickest way to move forward without wasting strength. Every day, you will face dozens of chances to speak, act, or react. Remember, not all are worth spending your wisdom on. Reserve your mental energy for the decisive moments, where a single sentence, a single move, a single look can turn the entire situation around. When you master the art of timing, you are not just intelligent, you become dangerous in the best sense. Dangerous not because you know too much, but because you know exactly when and how to use what you know. And when wisdom operates that way, it ceases to be a dead store of knowledge and becomes a living lever of power, one that commands the world's respect.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. It's in the pulse of those who never stop getting the job done or the party started. This summer, Chevy drives America. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
What makes dining with the Disney Resorts collection unique? It's everything from beachside brunches to starlit suppers, friendly feasts to favorite eats. It means making mealtime magical.
Nothing makes a person more dangerous than the ability to see through the curtain that most people still believe is real. The majority of people do not live in raw reality. They live in a version colored by emotions, prejudices, rumors, and personal desires. The less capable they are of separating these layers, the more easily they become victims of narratives crafted to guide or deceive. them. Dangerous intelligence does not lie in knowing more truths than others, but in seeing clearly what they do not see. When the crowd is fixated on a glittering light, you watch the person holding it. When everyone only hears what is spoken, you notice what is left unsaid. This is the habit of those who refuse to accept the surface as the answer. Illusions do not only come from others, they also come from within you. The ego will tell comforting stories to protect self-esteem. Emotions will add color to what you witness to justify your actions. Fear will exaggerate dangers while desire will exaggerate opportunities. Without sufficient clarity, you will live behind tinted glass and believe you are seeing the truth. Seeing through illusions is a skill that requires disciplined practice. The first step is to separate yourself from immediate emotions. When praise excites you, ask, why are they praising me? When criticism makes you want to strike back, pause and think, is there something here I have not seen? That pause is a safe zone where you sweep away the dust of emotion before drawing conclusions. Next is to observe inconsistencies. Do words and actions match? Does the tone align with the content or do they contradict? A fleeting glance, a small movement of the hand, a subtle change in breathing, these details often reveal more than a long conversation. Those driven by instinct overlook such small signals. Those with dangerous intelligence never do. To see the truth, you must be willing to accept it, even when it is uncomfortable.
Greetings, man. What's up, y'all? Peace and love, 561. We live, man. How y'all doing today? I pray y'all in y'all best spirits. I pray that you guys told somebody that you love them this morning, man. Greetings. What's up, man? What's up, GT? You know how we always started off, man. You know, I pray you guys having a great morning. I pray you guys understand that today is a new day that we can start something but you didn't want to do the other day to make yourself great. You still got a chance to make yourself great, man. It's not too late. And if you don't got faith, today you can have faith, man. Today is the day that you can have faith. Yes. You can have faith. You can believe, man. You know? How you guys doing today? Peace and love, 561. How you guys doing, man? It's a great morning. It's a beautiful morning this morning, man. Look at this beautiful sky. It's beautiful out there, man. You see that blue? Oh, man, look at that blue, man. Beautiful day, man. Beautiful day. Beautiful day, man. It's a good time for you to enjoy life and be thankful for everything and try not to complain about things that you cannot control. How you doing today? How you doing? Yeah, but I was listening to Napoleon Hill, bro. You know? Let me get you a wrench. I got you, bro. You're my guy. You're my guy, bro. There you go. Off the rip, bro. How you doing, Robin? It's all good. Yeah, I was listening to Napoleon Hill. I try to listen to a lot of Napoleon Hill because, you know, it's not all too religional when he speak. You know, a lot of people speak in a sense of what they trying to, you know what I'm saying, make you believe in one religion. I'm not really trying to battle no religions right now. I'm just trying to just get full understanding of how to survive, dog, you know? And from a lot of older people that's still surviving. I try to get my knowledge from a lot of older people. You know, this is how it goes. But yeah, we listen to Napoleon Hill right now.
On reality, not on a script someone else has written for you. This kind of intelligence should be kept discreet. You do not always need to reveal what you discover. Often, knowing the truth and keeping silent is the wisest strategy. It allows you to keep observing, to prepare your next move without revealing your intent. Like a chess player who spots a dangerous move from the opponent but pretends not to notice, luring them into a trap already calculated. Cultivating this ability starts with observing yourself. What are you easily persuaded by? What details do you often overlook? Whom do you tend to trust unconditionally? Once you understand your blind spots, you will be less controlled by illusions. We find him speeding past world patrols carelessly with his life and destroying memory. Seeing through illusions is not about becoming an extreme skeptic. It is about achieving clarity. When you see the truth, you can choose how to respond proactively instead of being drawn into someone else's script.
Try Nature Made, clinically studied probiotics. Take charge of your gut.
When the Colonel cooked up his famous $7 fill-up, some penny-pinching executive said, for all that food...
And when your reactions are based on reality, they become sharp, effective, and nearly impossible to predict. Those who possess this intelligence walk into any room with an invisible advantage. They are not dazzled by lights, not distracted by noise. They see through the glossy paint to the structure beneath. And from there, they adjust their strategy. That ability to see the real among the fake, the core amid chaos, is the beginning of dangerous intelligence, the kind of mind that renders all manipulative schemes powerless. True strength does not lie in what you display outwardly, but in what no one can touch within. The inner fortress is exactly that, a citadel where praise, criticism, insult, or flattery have no power to shake you. It is not a wall built to hide from the world, but a solid foundation that allows you to step into any situation with calm and absolute control. This fortress cannot be built in a single day. It is constructed brick by brick, each one a disciplined action, a moment of restraint, a time you chose to respond rather than explode on impulse. Every time you refuse to let fleeting emotions dictate your behavior, you strengthen another layer of its defense. The starting point is recognizing what is within your control and what is not. Those without an inner fortress often let everything outside decide their inner state. They are happy when praised, sad when criticized, angry when provoked. They are like a fortress without gates, where anyone can barge in and place their hands on the control panel of their emotions. Those with an inner fortress are different. They filter all incoming signals through a layer of control, allowing only what is necessary to enter. This does not mean you become cold or unfeeling. On the contrary, you feel fully, but you do not let those emotions pull the strings of your actions. You can be angry, yet keep your voice calm. You can be disappointed, yet make decisions based on reason. The difference is that emotions are signals for you to analyze, not orders for you to obey. Building the inner fortress requires the skill of detaching from instant reflexes. Every time you feel the urge to react immediately, create a pause. That pause is where your intellect intervenes, where you ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will this reaction lead to the result I want or just satisfy a momentary feeling? A clear answer will decide your action. Another vital part is maintaining inner stillness amid outer chaos. When those around you are in turmoil, the one with an inner fortress keeps their breathing steady, their gaze observant, and only acts once all the pieces are clear. They do not allow themselves to be swept away by the collective emotion because they understand. The crowd often reacts before thinking, and that is the fastest way to lose control. The secret to making this fortress impenetrable is setting internal standards. When your value is based on inner principles rather than external approval, you are no longer pulled up and down by praise or criticism. You do not seek consensus to feel right, nor let opposition shake a well-considered decision. When the inner fortress is strong enough, you become unpredictable to those who seek to manipulate you. They cannot provoke you into losing control or flatter you into blindness. They find no emotional buttons to push because you have removed or guarded them all. Those who possess an inner fortress carry a special presence into any room. They are not loud, yet everyone feels the weight of their silence. They do not show off, yet their observant gaze makes others cautious. This is power born of complete self-mastery. No declarations needed, no proof required. However, the inner fortress is not for isolating yourself from the world. It is so you can participate in any game without being swept away by the rules of others. You can negotiate, collaborate, even argue fiercely, but all from the steady foundation of self-control. Protecting this fortress is daily work. Each morning, take a few minutes to reflect. Where yesterday did I react instead of act? Who or what disturbed my inner calm? Then reinforce that point. A small enemy left undetected today can breach the gate tomorrow. Practice the ability to stand still under pressure. When someone attacks you with harsh words, instead of striking back immediately, remain silent and let the pause cool the temperature. When a golden opportunity appears but conditions are not ready, let it pass rather than rushing in for fear of missing out. Each time you do this, your fortress gains another layer of defense.
Style and substance. In the GMC Sierra, or current eligible GMC owners get 20% below MSRP on this Sierra 1500 model.
And another thing I thought I would outgrow, my combination skin. Here we are 50 years later, still greasy. Trying the new CeraVe Balancing Air Foam Cleanser. For normal, combination, sensitive skin, I am all three. Balancing Foam Cleanser smells like vacation and it doesn't clog my pores. I love using it in the morning after my walk. Extend my sunscreen, dirt, the oil, and sweat. It leaves my skin feeling balanced but still hydrated because it's got hyaluronic acid. Happy to partner with CeraVe to share a cleanser that left my skin feeling glowing and not greasy. This is a must for my combination friends.
In life strategy, the inner fortress is the power base that allows you to win battles before they even happen. When opponents realize they cannot move you with emotion, they are forced to change their approach. When partners see you remain steady, they will come to you as an anchor in hard times. And when you yourself know you are no longer swayed by outside forces, you will realize you possess a form of freedom most of the world has never touched. Keeping this fortress is not just about protecting yourself. It creates a safe zone for those near you. Your calm will spread, helping others panic less, act less rashly. In a noisy, easily provoked world, a mind that is quiet and unshakable is what sets you apart, makes you trustworthy, and dangerous in a way no one can easily confront. Once you have built the inner fortress, you will understand. True power does not lie in controlling others, but in the fact that no one can control you. And that is the power base no one can breach. No one can control you if they cannot reach your emotions. Every form of manipulation, from the subtle to the blatant, works by triggering a specific emotional state to make you act according to a predetermined script. Some use fear to pressure you, some use praise to blind you, others stir up guilt so you willingly bind yourself. The common point is this: if you cannot identify the emotion, you will react on instinct and lose control. Recognizing emotions is a core skill of practical intelligence. It is not merely knowing whether you are happy, sad, or angry, but noticing it the moment the emotion first arises, before it has a chance to steer your behavior. A sudden heat in your chest, a clenched fist, a surge of thoughts pushing you to argue back. These are all signals. The perceptive person catches them and pauses, choosing to observe rather than be carried away. When someone seeks to manipulate, they do not attack your reason first, they attack your emotions. They know that once the emotion is strong enough, reason takes the back seat. An insult can make you forget your larger goal just to teach them a lesson. Sweet praise can make you overlook a critical warning. A story told with enough tragedy can make you agree to an unfavorable offer. If you do not recognize this is just my emotion being steered, you will walk straight into the trap they've set. Neutralizing manipulation does not mean eliminating emotion. You cannot and should not turn yourself into a stone against every influence. Emotions are part of being human. The key is learning to step back and observe them instead of merging with them completely. You can think, I am feeling anger, instead of I am this anger. That small shift in language creates enough mental distance for you to keep control. One way to train this is to name the emotion the moment it appears. When provoked, tell yourself, this is the feeling of being insulted. When you want to strike back instantly, acknowledge, this is the urge to retaliate. When you find yourself impulsively agreeing to something, ask, is this excitement or am I being flattered? This act of naming strips the emotion of some of its invisible power over you. The next step is to trace the emotion to its source. Where did it come from? An old memory, a past experience, or the way the other person is framing the situation? Once you see its origin, you can decide whether it's truly relevant to the present moment. Often we react strongly not because of what is happening now, but because it stirs up an unhealed wound. Knowing this prevents you from confusing the past with the present and stops others from exploiting that weakness. Another tactic is to switch to the observer's seat. Imagine watching yourself in this situation as if you're an audience member watching a film. What would you see? What would you advise that character to do? This detachment helps you avoid getting pulled into the emotional script playing out and lets you make decisions based on the whole picture, not just a fleeting feeling. Those who master the art of recognizing emotions are no longer easily led. When someone tries to humiliate them, they do not lash out. When someone flatters them, they do not rush to concede. When someone plants fear, they do not panic. This refusal to play along with the script renders schemes ineffective because they require your unconscious cooperation to work. It also allows you to read the emotions of others. When you are not caught in your own, you have more mental space to observe them. Their eyes, breathing, tone of voice. You can sense when their words don't match their thoughts, when they are hiding anxiety, or when they are steering the conversation toward their own advantage. This not only makes you a better defender, but also a more strategic attacker when necessary. Remember, the